Okay, so I'll be debating today the current driving age for the United States. And my main claim is challenging the driving age in all U.S. states from 16 to 18 would not only benefit teenagers, but it would also benefit all drivers as a whole. My significance claim is the current legal driving age increases the amount of motor vehicle related accidents and fatalities. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and Adrian Ludd, president of the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of deaths for U.S. teens, accounting for more than 1 in 3 deaths in this age group. And young people ages 15 to 24 represent only 14% of the U.S. population. However, they account for 30%, 19 billion, of the total cost of motor vehicle injuries among males, and 28%, 7 billion, of the total cost of motor vehicle injuries among females. Furthermore, the Daily News published an article stating more than 5,000 U.S. teens die each year in car crashes. The rate of crashes, fatal and non-fatal, per mile driven for 16-year-old drivers is almost 10 times the rate for drivers ages 30 to 59, according to the National Highway Safety Administration. Many industrial are leaving the driving age as it is, and allowing teens to drive at such a young age jeopardizes the lives of others and their own. According to 2007 census, accident rates for drivers of 16 years of age are 28 accidents per 100 licensed drivers. This is the highest of any age group, followed second by 17-year-old drivers with 23 accidents per 100 licensed drivers. In fact, the census shows that the accident rates per number of drivers for all drivers 18 and older is 11 per 100 licensed drivers, and for every 1 year in addition in age, the number of accidents per 100 drivers decreases with a range of 4 accidents to 28 accidents. The data indicates a consistent find that age and accidents have an inverse relationship. In other words, the older you are, the less likely you would be involved in an accident. And then my inherency claim is the lack of adequate restrictions on teen drivers and maturity of drivers under 18 is the reason the current driving age fails to work. The current graduating license system is 3 stages of a graduating licensing system includes specific components and restrictions to introduce driving privileges gradually to beginning drivers. Young drivers are required to demonstrate responsible driving behavior in each stage of licensing before advancing into the next stage. Stage 1 is the learner's permit, Stage 2 is the intermediate provisional license, and Stage 3 is the full license. The graduating license system is flawed because it cannot fix or alter maturity of teenagers, which is the cause of such high teen accident rates. According to the NSC, researchers are finding that the area of the brain that controls the ability to weigh the consequences of one's actions has not yet reached maturity in teenagers. In fact, this area of the brain doesn't develop fully until about the age of 25. In addition, active hormones in the teen brain limit the ability to control mood and excitability and create the thrill-seeking behavior so often seen in young people. This expert agrees it is a bad set of behavioral factors in which to introduce driving skills. Maturity comes with age. You're considered an adult at age 18 and given many more responsibilities because the brain is more developed and can react better in those situations. Boston McLean Hospital psychologist Deborah Erglin Todd studied 16 and 17-year-olds to discover while the teens had their brain scanned using functional magnetic resonance imaging. She found that compared to adults referring to individuals of 18 age or older, the teens' frontal lobes, the seat of goal-oriented rational thinking, are less active, and their ommongata, a structure in the temporal lobe that involved in discriminating fear and other emotions, is more active. These, and I quote, results suggest that in teens, the judgment, insight, and reasoning power of the frontal cortex is not being brought to bear on the task as it is in adults. Teens just process information differently from adults. For example, teen drivers' risk perception when driving is very poor when compared to adult drivers. According to the DMV, risk perception involves subjectively assessing the degree of threat posed by a hazard and one's ability to deal with the threat. Young novice drivers tend to underestimate the crash risk in hazardous situations and overestimate their ability to avoid the threats they identify. My solvency claim is raising the driving age to 18 will decrease the amount of accidents and teen fatalities in the U.S. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, teens are more likely than older drivers to underestimate dangerous situations or not be able to recognize hazardous situations. That is why Adrian Lund, president of the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, a research group funded by the auto insurance industry, acknowledged that the idea is a tough sell, referring to raising the driving age, but noted the bottom line is when we look at the research, raising the driving age saves lives. According to the Daily News Institute, researchers have compiled decades worth of data from New Jersey, the only state that issues licenses at 17. Various studies have shown that overall rates of teens killed in crashes in New Jersey has been consistently lower than in some nearby states. One study published by the Daily News reported institute researchers found the rate of crash-related deaths among 16 and 17-year-olds were 18 per 100,000 in New Jersey, compared with 26 per 100,000 in Connecticut. Death rates among 16 and 17-year-old licensed drivers in Connecticut were 44% higher than those reported in New Jersey, and New Jersey has, their driving age at 17. So this stat is even more impressive when one takes into account the number of licensed drivers in these two states. The state master reported New Jersey population at 5,728,975,000 and people, and Connecticut at 2.6 million. New Jersey's population is almost double the size of Connecticut and shows less 16 and 17-year-old drivers in car crash fatalities. In conclusion, our affirmative plan, we propose the driving age be raised from 16 years to 18 years of age in all U.S. states.